Hello, my name is Robbie Tulip, and this video provides a scientific hypothesis to help explain how ancient Christianity developed its belief that time is 7,000 years long, starting from the alleged creation of the universe by God on Sunday, 23 October 4004 BC, according to Bishop Ussher in 1650. Through to the 1,000-year millennial reign of Christ, ending around 3000 AD. Ancient religion was intimately connected to astronomy. In looking at the stars, astronomer-priests in countries such as Egypt and Babylon noticed that the annual seasons were slowly shifting against the background stars. This picture, using the astronomy program Skygazer 4.5 from Carina Software, shows the equinox stars in the year 4004 BC. The diagonal yellow line is called the ecliptic, and it marks the annual path of the sun through the background stars of the zodiac, Gemini, Taurus, Aries, Pisces, etc. The horizontal white line is the celestial equator, dividing the north and south hemispheres as seen from Earth. The date each year when the sun crosses from the southern hemisphere to the northern hemisphere is the March equinox. For the northern hemisphere, this is the beginning of spring, while in the southern hemisphere, it's the start of autumn. The point in the sky where the ecliptic crosses the equator, marked here as 0 degrees, is known by astronomers as the first point of Aries. They use this point to define the position of the stars with a measurement called right ascension. At that time, the constellation of Aries sat between right ascension 330 and 360 and 300. Back in 4004 BC, the first point of Aries was nowhere near the constellation of Aries, but was close to the Milky Way in between Taurus and Gemini. How is that possible? I'll now animate the diagram to show you. We see here let's see. We see here the X point marked by the crossing of the ecliptic and the equator, moving backwards through the zodiac at a rate of 1 degree every 71.6 years. This motion is called precession of the equinox and is caused by a slow wobble of the axis of the Earth. Ancient astronomers were aware of this movement because over a few centuries, it changed the alignment of their temples to the stars, and it changed the annual dates when constellations rise and set. They used this information to know when to plant and harvest crops. By 2000 BC, the equinox point had travelled through Taurus and reached Aries. This period from about 4000 to 2000 BC is therefore called the Age of Taurus, and the period from about 2000 BC to the year 0 is called the Age of Aries. Actually, the exact time the equinox takes to travel through one star group is 2,148 years. We're going to stop the clock at the time of Christ to provide a picture of the sky at that moment. Here we can see that the constellation of Pisces has a line of stars at right angles to the path of the sun. the equinox crossed this point in the year 21 AD. Using Skygazer, we can zoom in to find the exact date when the equinox crossed this line of stars and entered the constellation of Pisces. So if you'll bear with me, we'll just zoom in and find that exact date when the equinox point crossed the line of the first fish of Pisces. It's a powerful program, so we can zoom in with considerable detail. And what we find is that this exact date, so we'll go forward by 1 day. So we'll see that the exact date when this crosses is 16th of September. I'll just stop it there. 16th of September in the year 21 AD. There we are. Okay, sorry to get in on that exact time. And now we'll zoom back out and we'll gradually find we see here the conventional constellation picture used by Skygazer to showing how the ram is pointing to this spot with his hoof. Just continue to zoom out, and once again we see the constellations of Pisces, Aries, Taurus, etc. And we'll just continue our journey forward through the stars. So now ancient Christians couldn't calculate this quite so accurately, but they could work it out to within 1 or 2 decades. This observation helps to explain why our calendar begins with the year 1, with the before Christ and Anno Domini dating system based on the zodiac age of Pisces. It also shows that the traditional Christian symbol known as the Chi-Rho cross exactly matches to the astronomical vision of the sky at the time of Christ, combining the path of the sun, the equator, and the first fish of Pisces as the alpha and omega moment, the turning point of time. Continuing the movement of the equinox through the age of Pisces, we see that since crossing the first fish, it tracked along the second fish, and today has reached the group of stars known as the circlet, the second fish. The boundary between the constellations of Pisces and Aquarius doesn't have a simple line like the first fish in Pisces. So defining the date of the dawn of the age of Aquarius is not as simple as for the age of Pisces, but using the 2,148-year period for a zodiac age means it will happen in about the year 2169, assuming the age of Pisces started in 21 AD. However, we can see that by the year 3000, the equinox will be well inside the constellation of Aquarius. Let's continue. Most ancient astronomy has been lost. But this explanation shows how the Jewish and Christian mythology of creation and time could have been developed from careful observation of the precession of the equinox. Thank you for watching.